Graphing lines, super huge deal. You need to be able to graph a line, any kind of line on the coordinate plane. So this is the next logical step from slope and slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is what you need to graph a line properly. So I've got a couple of steps here, and we'll do a lot of this. We're going to spend a lot of time on graphing lines. My steps are, I'm going to plot the y-intercept as a point. I'm then going to use the y-intercept as my starting point. And then I'm going to use that starting point to graph the slope. I'm done. So let's try a couple ones together. First one we'll do is y equals 3x plus 2. We have to graph this line. This is a line on a graph. First step is plot the y-intercept. Well, you know what the y-intercept is. The y-intercept is 2. So here's my y-axis, okay? And I'm going to find where 2 is on that y-axis. Well, if this is 0, I've got 1 and 2. I'm going to make that point. So that's the y-intercept. It's where the line crosses or touches the y-axis. Y-intercept. Yeah. Okay. So from that point, now I can graph the slope. The slope is 3. Keep in mind, the slope is rise over run, right, as a fraction. Well, there is no fraction bar here. But if there is no fraction bar, it's simply over 1. And that always is the case. If you just have one integer, it's always going to be a fraction bar imaginary style over 1. So rise is on top and run is on the bottom. So from the point of the y-intercept, I'm going to rise 3 units. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to run 1, 1. That's the line, because I can connect this line. And I'm always really bad at this. That's actually kind of bad. That's the line. Now, it continues forever in either direction. Okay, so we can just go ahead and do that. If you want to plot more points, you can. Because if I went up 3 and over 1 one time, the slope of a straight line never changes. It stays the same. It's constant. You can go 3 up and 1 more over, and I obviously didn't draw that correctly. So that's that line on a graph. All right, let's try another one. Let's go with y equals 1 over 4x minus 2. First step, plot the y-intercept. Y-intercept is negative 2. Ow. Start at the origin, go down 2, 1, 2. Plot a point. Now, from that point, I'm going to rise whatever the numerator is and run whatever the denominator is. Rise 1, run 4. So from the y-intercept, I'm going to rise 1 and run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my line. I'm going to connect these dots, and it will go on forever in either direction. Okay? And it will be straight. I'm just a terrible line drawer. Okay, let's go again. Let's go on one. If you're saying this is easy, you're right, it is, but this is so important. Let's go negative 5x minus 1. Okay? Again, plot the y-intercept, down 1. Now, remember, put that imaginary fraction bar there with the 1 so you can see it. I'm going to rise in negative 5, and yes, that's weird. You can rise a negative number. So down 5 to the right 1 from the y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 over. This is my line. There we go. This and this are the same thing. This is just different representations. That's an equation representation, and that's a graphical representation. All right, let's go for a little bit of a challenge here. Hopefully you know this stuff. Y equals 1. No x. Nothing there. Remember, whenever you have a line that says y equals, and it's just one specific number, the slope is always 0, and the y-intercept is whatever the number is. Okay? So this is actually very simple. I'm going to find the y-axis and find where 1 is. Well, here's 1 on the y-axis. All y lines are horizontal. Slope is 0 of that line. Y-intercept is clearly where I marked it, at 1. Okay? So if I were to give you y equals negative 3, you could easily plot that. Right? So it's find the y-axis, go to negative 3, and it's over here. All right, let's go with another challenge. X equals 3. Okay. Remember what we talked about with slope. Whenever I have a line that says x equals some number, the slope is always undefined because it's up and down, and there is no y-intercept ever. So let's plot this. I find the x-axis, which I know is here. I go to where it says to go. It says go to 3. Okay. So I go 1, 2, 3. This is the x-axis, and all lines that are x are up and down. Clearly the slope is undefined because it's up and down. But more importantly, there will never be a y-intercept because these lines are parallel, which means they'll never actually cross because they're on the same path. Okay? There we go. All right. I think we did them all. Let's just go one more. Y equals negative 5 over 3x. Bam. Okay. Plot the y-intercept. Well, there's nothing here. When there's nothing here, what number is that? No, what number is nothing? It's 0. So 0 is the y-intercept. So here's my y-intercept, that's 0. Okay? This might look a lot like the one we did before, y equals 1 or 2, whatever we did. There's a problem though. This one has an x. The y equals 1 line that we did, there's no x there. Because there was no x, this was a horizontal line. This changes the game completely. This is a line that's got a, an angle to it. So hopefully you can make that distinction. Here, from the y-intercept, I'm going to rise a negative 5, so down 5 to the right 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be my line. Okay? Hopefully you got that. Do the fever form. I don't have the answers for you, but this is pretty cut and dry. We're going to, like I said, do plenty of this, and we'll work it out. All right?